And I am back. Twice in one day, what has the internet done to deserve this mistreatment? Almost everything. Alright, where are we? We've got to go to there. Evidence for getting married is not the answer to turning lost. Probably true. Dentistry artistry. That doesn't sound fun. Basically, nothing dentistry sounds fun, ever. I am enjoying New World. This wolf is not going to enjoy having run into me. A Moonshade wolf. Only 2 levels under me, so. My tracking and skinning are up to 15, which means I can now track small prey. So that would be things like rabbits and turkeys and the like. Some warm plate cap. Warm plate cap. Speaking of turkeys. And the turkey is left floating in midair. As a turkey should be. Wow, I don't think I can even harvest it. A lot of times you have to be above something to be able to get the harvesting to show up. And, well, it's kind of stuck up there for all eternity. Good evening to those who have joined me. Double good evening to those who are rejoining me, who were here in the earlier session. Turkey. What am I doing here? Go to Shadowwall, once a territory of King Artorias. Okay. Collect wedding bands from Lost who were married once. Oh, that's so possibly sad? It's not clear.
Hey, twat! Ah!
Ow.
Nimbud! Vitog!
Not sure what you're saying, dude. Pretty sure, though, it wasn't welcome to Shadowwall. Oh, a Shadowwall Retcher. How lovely. These are the guys, they cork up a glob of gunk and then they throw the gunk at you. They're really just freaking rude. Do we have anything up here? There's a couple of little houses. And one of the neighbors come over to find out what all the fuss is about. And I had a friend show up to decide to set them on fire, you know, a little bit. Return the wedding browns and memoirs. Do I have memoirs? I don't think I have memoirs. Supply crate. And a supply stockpile. Ooh, very nice. A Traveler Mask of the Assassin. I like that already. It's better than what I've got. I give up a little bit of focus to look much, much cooler. Oh, come on. Like, really? Like, seriously? So if cows respawn like I just saw, does that mean you get essentially infinite stakes? I just have a question, that's all. Which did we want? One. Go to the Crown Chamber in Tainan Keep. All right. I'll do that then. Oh, well, we got wolves everywhere. Oh, multiples. How lucky for me. Ooh, I got new pants. Well, I'm not going to complain about pants. Not that I wear pants very often. I mean, technically, I'm wearing shorts right now, not pants, so. What do we get? What do we get? The new pants. Let's see. Better. Strength con versus con focus. Not sure these are actually better, but we will wear them. Lots of turkeys. Turkeys make great sandwiches. Well, their meat does. I mean, if you put a turkey between two pieces of bread, that would not be very appetizing. The right way? Yes, I am. All right, there's the entry. Tainan Keep landmark charted. Oh, come on. It won't let me to... No, I guess these are marked as you can't climb these. All right, what am I doing in here? Collect the Hawk Knight Seal, the Crane Knight Seal, and the Sparrow Knight Seal. Oh. Not a fan of respawns. I may have mentioned this before, unfortunately. This is not going great. Eat. Oh, I just need to concentrate and get one of them dead first, and then we can turn on the other one. Presumably, if the first one ever frickin' dies. Oh, and another respawn. I'm dead. God, I hate the respawn mechanics in every game where they allow for this shit. God, it's so annoying and so dumb. Pardon my first real solid rant of the day. It's just so stupidly pointless. It just really, really infuriates me where I get punished for something I didn't make, for a mistake I didn't make. I didn't do anything wrong there. I didn't make a tactical or strategic error. I just got screwed by a really dumb game mechanic. The way you fix that is actually pretty simple. I complained about it when WoW came out, and it didn't take them long, a couple of months, to fix it, so that a mob would appear, but it wouldn't aggro on you for like 8 or 10 seconds, giving you time to react. You'll note I didn't get that here. Another one has respawned right behind me. I'll repeat how much I hate that. It's just, it's a terrible implementation. A lot of games have it. It's not this one. Not just this one, that's for sure. To punish the players for a mistake they didn't make. Nothing in that one. It says 37 meters. There's something outside. I guess there's one of them outside. Yep. And this guy is not helping us by running around and dragging in extra mobs. Now he's helping. Alright, that's one. I'm also, I have to say, not a fan, although not so vociferously a fan, about this much mob density, where you basically can't move around for anything without pulling extras. It's just if you're always so damn concerned about pulling an extra, it reduces your fun in just playing the game. Uh, 33 meters. Is that in there on the wall? I think it's the guy over by the tree. Which means I'm going to have to kill both of these yutzes. Next one is Knight of the Hawks or Sparrow Knight seal. And it is the Sparrow Knight. Sparrow Knight Stace. pull him away so we don't get that extra dude over there. Come on, come on. That's two. Now we need to collect the Hawk Knight seal, and he's up there. Give me a sec here to heal up and make sure I don't get caught by any respawns here. And that's another problem with the respawns. Sometimes you can get killed, basically, by the same mobs. You defeat them, move on to the next batch, and while you're finishing off that next batch, the original batch respawns, and you're just screwed. There's one of them, the respawn is already up. There's the named Knight back up. Alright, let's see if I can hop over. I did. No, I didn't. I'm stuck. Oh my god. What are you doing? Come on. Amazon? Seriously? The fuck? Unreal. Alright, this time it allowed me to climb over the wall. Why it didn't allow that previously, I don't know. And he is there. I have no quick and easy way of getting there. Through here? Maybe. Oh, I missed. We're gonna get two of them. These critters are very unpleasant, and there are far too goddamn many of them.
Vitog Ark! Vitog Ark!
Vitog Ach, I hear that a lot.
Gone fuck!
All the kids are saying that these days. There. Alright, we've got a box of goodies. Really, I played like 3.5 hours earlier. I had no real complaints. This entire area is terrible. The design is punitive, not fun. Hawk Knight Hugh is just above me there.
Hey, Twack!
Whole area is just not fun. Maybe with a friend. You just keep using your bow and arrows and I'll just carve you into ribbons. Oh, open the chamber door. I've got something else I got it. Oh, on the other side. Yeah, of course. I have to now fight my way back through all the respawns of everything I just fucking killed. This design. See? It spawned right in front of me.
Retog Ark.
Oh, and another friend. God, what this is the kind of shit that makes me quit games. It's so terribly fucking designed. Drives me not just to swear, but to hate the fucking game. And we got a wanderer over there and a wanderer over there. And there's another player over there. We can help him, as that will help us. This is where I need to go. Kellawig Goff Sanctum Door, or Sellawig. Open the crown chamber door. Did I not just do that? I did.
Look how they fall in
The
line
Circlet of
when
Swords.
they realize something greater than them is at their doorstep. It will be the same with corruption.
Banner of Gawain. Supply stockpile. We got a couple more things we need to grab. I don't know if there's a respawn in here, a critter. A bossy mob. Don't know. I think we got everything. Looks like we got everything. This whole area of the map, however, a complete waste of my life. Yashtame, whatever that means. So that was by far the worst experience I've had since coming back to the game. Just bad, punitive design. I'll no doubt be relaxed after I pick some hemp. Need that to make bullets for the gun. And of course, once I get the bullets for the gun, I will immediately get the Void Gauntlet that I want. I no longer want to use the gun. Because that is the way of life, you know? Uh-huh. I see something flashing over there. Don't know what it is. Magic, flashing swords. I doubt it's somebody opening their robe and displaying their naughty bits kind of flashing, but it could be. What am I here picking up? Glassworks and letters. I think he went in here. He did, which means perhaps there is loot. There is loot and also something to pick up. I need one more letter by... Collect a letter, Olivia's father. Olivia, Olivia, oh, have you seen Livia? Olivia, the tattooed lady. Spoiler, the song isn't about Olivia, it's actually about Lydia, but... Right, shouldn't one of the stupid mobs have the item we need? Did I miss something? Or is it just pointing to the wrong place? Yeah, I got that. I got that. It's pointing to the wrong place again. Everything was already red. So I believe the letters fall from the undead dinks. So we just need to kill one more dink. Like, say, this one. He didn't drop it, however, that I can see. Is there an NPC in that building that I didn't get to whack? Maybe. Hey there. Really, it's gross to hork things up and throw things. Hey, Willie, how you doing? All I can say is these undead were... It's like they were brought up in a barn. What do we got? Quest 2, go to Silverclaw Cave, home of the wolves. What could possibly go wrong in a wolf's den? Don't know what I have to do there, but a thing. I have to do a thing with the wolves. Perhaps dance with them. Spoiler, probably not actually dancing with wolves. I see a wolf. Wolf is chasing him. Sharp canine. Sharp canine. I need one more sharp canine, but I'm going to harvest the goodies off of it as well. Give me the hides and the giblets. I guess just the hides then. Fine, just the hides. Then I'll need one more, presumably in the cave. Oh, it's the big one. And I probably won't get a quest for the big one later, because that's the way these things work. Sharp canine. Nope, somebody got the poop before I could get to the poop. Not technically poop, but more or less poop. he doesn't want the giblets. I'll take the giblets. Oh, it helps if I press the correct button. I've heard. Oh, that's just not fair, Willie. I mean, you having pizza is fair. You rubbing it in, that hurts me on a very deep personal level. Oops. What do we got? One more to go. In my case, because I'm running a little bit low on the groceries. Big splodies. I had frozen food this evening. I had a nanwich. Basically, a nanwich is it's like a hot pocket, but instead of pastry, it has a naan, and instead of meatballs, say, it has chicken tikka masala.
Getting into
Reasonably
the house has
tasty,
not
but
been easy.
not pizza.
I am grateful for your courage. He wrote me letters. I'll read his words.
Level
although
17.
I'm fearful of what they may reveal. Isn't it ironic that my emotions are as fragile as his glass? At least his works have value.
Let's see what we got. Schematic for a stone cairn. That'll go great in the house. So I think recipes, the difference is a recipe can only be used once and a schematic can be used endlessly and memorized. We will... Oh, we've got 2 rifles. We don't need both. That one's got int. That one's got dex and does extra headshot damage. I think we save that one. Anything else? That is life staff. That is fire staff. Those are boots. But they're not interesting boots. Oh, got another point for something. Sword and shield. Let's see. Opportunist abilities deal 10% more damage to slowed foes. Let's see. Faster while blocking. Block an attack. Successfully hitting with a heavy attack causes you to lose a debuff. I think we'll go with the... I don't know what I'll go with. The faster shield while blocking. What else do we got over here? We got 2 more greeny things to cash in. I will most likely be getting pizza for my birthday, which is in about 2 weeks. So that will be my upcoming pizza appointment. There is a character named Limp Pancake. Similar to a Limp Biscuit, I assume.
You spotted the wolves well.
But a pancake instead.
Middle-aged.
What are you inventing with them?
Dental weapon for the toothless elderly among us. Those who have the punch, but lack the bite.
Let's see,
One
that is
chomp
the old
from
one,
these
109,
pearly beauties
significantly
will
more
make an attacker regret
damage.
their
Yes,
choices.
keep that one
Brilliant.
and
no?
lose that one. And back on the Apreto Farms.
You ventured into Tirnon Keep and returned with your soul intact?
I did.
You are indeed as worthy as the Night Regent claimed.
How did he get in without your seal?
Oh, God's blood. I cannot bear the burden of this dark secret anymore. I was there. And I witnessed when Lochner brought Sir Gawain for us to swear loyalty. The minister told us we would be honored to be the first to kneel before the new king. But when he ushered Sir Gawain into the keep, we realized
The true heir was lost
the
himself.
true heir was lost him. The minister reminded us of our sworn duty to the royal bloodline. He told us the sacrifice of becoming lost was noble
and
and
yeah.
right.
Of course, that wasn't noble. It
Then
was
I was
madness.
ashamed.
It's not too late. Join me.
All right. It is my duty.
Yes, it is.
The Night Regent has returned to Brideway, but we can try to stop Locknear down here. A scout was sent southward. We should seek them out.
Let us talk. Ooh. Herbs. They're out in front of their house. I'm sure they don't need them. I mean, they wouldn't let them grow like this. I'm tidying up their yard.
Wedding rings and love letters.
No, but you could make a charm.
Talisman to ward off evil spirits. What a clever idea.
Craft a protective charm from the lost wedding bands. Okay, I guess I can do that. Evidently, I'm capable of doing things like that. I wasn't aware, but there we are.
A talisman? To protect me from evil and lower my chances of turning into a ghost?
Sure, we'll go
Does
with
this mean
that.
my mother no longer and my mother will always want that.
Boots.
If she ever turned into a lost, which I hope she never does. She'd
Wow.
follow me around with the sole purpose of
Which
getting
I hope she
married.
never does, but if she does, you know,
Scare
that's
all
really
my suitors
unfortunate.
away.
I'll miss her. 140, 160, these are better. Constitution, refreshing ward, sure, why not? Alright, we join Grace. Oh, it's Grace O'Malley again. Why is it always Grace? Wow, quite a ways for me to run. I guess I run it though. Nope, still can't yoink those. I think I can, yeah. Warm plate cap. The only thing I like less than mushrooms would be inherently warm mushrooms. That just sounds wrong on so many levels. Yep. Yep. Making me like climb up these mountains. At least you could, you know, throw some iron and hemp in my way. Those would be helpful, both of them. Can't grab these, I don't think. Yeah, those are 30 as well. Bzzzt. But I want everything now. I want patience right now. I can't remember the name of the server. It's West. It's the Fresh Start server. Lilith, maybe? Iron. My keen eye spotted it. There were only two in the West. Lilith and the other one. My other two characters in the West are not currently associated with any server, but I don't think I could bring them to Lilith. Which means functionally they would go... East is Lilith? Okay. Yeah, that's... I created a new character there like 2 weeks ago. Whatever I'm playing Pacific on the... I can mine silver now. on whichever server it is that is the Head Start. There were, I think, only 2 Pacific or Western servers, and my other 2 characters are established, so I couldn't move them to the Head Start server. So they are, in essence, even though I'm not playing them and they're not assigned to any server, they are functionally assigned to the other server, whose name I don't remember. Because names, they keep changing them. Every time I come back to the game, all my characters' servers have been devoured by the other servers. And another fast travel shrine. Where did... Oh, there she is. Hi, Grace.
Thank goodness I found someone I can report to. And better it's not the Night Regent. Remember all those lost pirates swarming around that den to the north?
Yeah.
That was a small affair compared to this place.
What did
Good
you
old
learn?
Minister Locknear was here, sure enough. There's another one of those glowing altars. But this time, I don't think he's meaning to draw the pirates in, but rather send them forth. The rotten bastards are loading up their ships with explosives as we speak. Well, we've discussed this partnership before, haven't we?
Thanks,
get the lay
Grace. I
of the land,
appreciate the
not a problem.
confidence.
I'll always tell it to
Go
you
warn
straight.
Pridwin.
Then there's an order I don't mind following. I could use a cup of mead after all this crawling around. I'll go and tell the Night Regent what's what.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
What folly we have committed.
Well, we've all
We
committed
unleashed
follies,
the
my
most
friend.
Tragic magic by giving in to Fatima's
Have you tried
whims.
breaking it?
I had to. Her words are still pounding in my head.
Do you have any
I
happy
broke
memories of her?
See, I do. Fatima
Hold the
was
memory, break the
pure
mirror.
girl. You are right.
I know I'm right.
She speaks
I'm always
through
right.
another large mirror in the cove that's filled with pirates. I'll need your help to
Cove filled with pirates.
out of my head.
Retrieve the amulets from the lost. I'm going to head east to this quest first. I think it's far enough away that it's not pointing to the pirates, but if it is pointing to the pirates, I'd rather get the quest first, so. Oh, see? Pirates. Pirates. Undead pirates. Where's Captain Barbossa? All right. That's true. One of the few companies not yet owned by Disney, Amazon. As far as we know. Oh, lucky me. Brought up another spawn. That was awesome. Place is crawling with pirates. Lucky, lucky, lucky. How lucky am I? Looks like pirates. Alright, where's the quest then? There's a quest here. Supposed to be a quest here. I'm not seeing a quest. Down there. Okay, I take it back. I see a quest. I spoke too soon. I got 3 eggs and 3 tomatoes. Okay, so what did we get there? We have collect the protective amulets Deo had given the lost. Three more. Well, first, I get the provisions. Because, hey, free food is free food. It's not pizza, but it's fine. Should do it. No, I need one more. How did I miscount that so egregiously? He's, you know, anyone who can wield an anchor as a melee weapon, probably pretty tough. What was that crap? All of a sudden I'm teleporting in midair or between places. All right. Alright, that's back in town. The cash in for that quest I just did. I am definitely suffering from not having basically done any work on a second weapon skill. Because I didn't have the materials to make additional bullets, more or less. And don't really want to specialize too much in either of the guns because I want to use a Void Gauntlet as the offhand and Flail as the main hand. And I haven't found a Flail or a Void Gauntlet. So now I'm sitting here with a whole bunch of XP in Sword and Board. And that's pretty much it. A little bit in the Blunderbuss, which is a fun weapon, by the way. Alright. So that's the main quest. Foil the pirates' plans. And that is look for the scrying device. There's no scrying in baseball. Old movie joke. I mean, not old movie. But you kids today wouldn't know what I was talking about. Right. I agree with the turkey. And he's coming. Dread Scythe Wolf. Tracking and skinning up to 20. Nice. I'll take that. A turkey nest. I think that gives eggs. 1 egg. And a bunch of feathers. Ooh, hemp. Not used, as far as I know, for smoking or eating. In the game. Used for making cloth. My harvesting is now 20. Farm plants can now be tracked, so they'll appear on my compass rose at the top. Compass, not a compass rose, I guess, just the compass. We got piggies, which go to market, and sometimes go wee all the way home. Depends on the piggy. $130 meters. So we go to Dead Man's Cove to look for the scrying device and head to Scallywag Bay. Of course it's Scallywag Bay, wouldn't it be? Of course it would be. Our mateys, Scallywags. And another case of them aggroing on me from a mile away immediately upon respawning. It is such a trash mechanic in every game ever created. I keep misspeaking west and east. I know what the difference is in my brain. My mouth keeps forgetting. It's over there. Set the virtueless ablaze. Come on, do something. Do something. Boom. Like that. Captain Hamadou. enough. Just gonna whittle him down here. I'm gonna burn the ship. Now hopefully these evil pirates will learn their... Oh, crap. Run, run, run. Okay, don't run. Just... The respawns in this game are just awful. They're terrible. First of all, I'm sure there is a significant influx of players. I haven't seen any other problems particularly, but that certainly doesn't mean they haven't been there. And the respawn is always a problem. Always has been. It's always been a problem in the game. And in a lot of other games as well. Oh, good! I needed a third guy to come in, because... No, wait, I didn't need that at all. Spawn aggro is a problem in a lot of games. It's always been a problem here. It's a problem in WoW for a couple of months on launch. It's just a bad, lazy mechanic. Oh my god. And it doesn't help that they've filled these maps with so many NPCs that it's just a chore to do anything without aggroing a half a dozen extras. It's not something I find inherently fun. Alright, that's the last of the supplies. Enter Dead Man's Cove. Anyone over there? A little bit of free loot. Not much, but a little. Oh, there's a dude. Oh, and this one's respawn. Perfect. And another respawn behind me with absolutely no time to do anything. These are the two I just killed a minute ago. It's just... I was having so much fun earlier in the day. It was. My first session, 3.5 hours, I had, I think, absolutely zero complaints. But these mechanics are just so dated and unfun. Let's see if any of these other guys are going to spawn on me. Right. Yep. And this is another one of the problems I have been complaining about, is getting trained by mobs. And what an incredible bullshit fucking mechanic it is for them to include in a game. It just is absolutely shockingly stupid. Alright, we'll see if they can track me to here. Where when another player can train mobs onto you, and he outruns them, and then they come running back to you. Look, I understand that's more realistic than the way most games do it, where they have a tether point. If they go too far from the tether point, they run back to the tether point. These ones will run back. Oh, look, another mob. That's a mechanic that has been out of games, generally speaking. EverQuest had it. That was a big thing, was people would yell train, and they would run to the zone border and cross into the next zone, and the mobs would unaggro on them and aggro on whoever the hell was left. So that's a mechanic that's 25 years old or something. It's always been unfun, and now it's just unforgivable. It's so obsolete. What I put it earlier is I shouldn't have to suffer if I didn't make any mistakes. Having mobs instantly respawn on top of me and attack instantly. I didn't make a mistake that's going to kill me. Well, I may get killed, but I didn't make any mistake. If somebody else trains a bunch of mobs onto me, what was my mistake? Not running away with him? So that's what I hate about these mechanics, is that they are punitive. They're punishing mistakes you didn't make. And they reward players for running through, kiting things, because they know once that they've reached the edge of the aggro range, whatever was they were kiting will just, hey, they'll stick to somebody else. But then, you know, a lot of the core elements to this game were screwed up from the start. There's a lot of really good stuff. I find that core gameplay loop of New World really satisfying. Not everyone does, and I understand why they don't as well, but I do. But it's some of the BS additional systems that drive me crazy. Like the ones I've been talking about. Well, talking is not really fair. The ones I've been ranting about. Break that device. Alright. Didn't even see them. I'm not sure. They may have just respawned. So that may be why I didn't see them. But the origins of these problems a lot of them, come from essentially the same place where they had the problems in the game with things like dupes. These were all solved problems. These are things games figured out a long time ago. MMOs stopped having, you know, being able to train mobs onto other players 15 years ago. Or more. Ooh, saltpeter. And most games have managed to get rid of duping as an issue at a launch of a new game. 2 of them. I get 2 of them. Yay! God damn it. I'm fucking pressing a movement button and nothing's happening. I still have my food buff up. Where are we going over here? No, not over there. Oh, that's the other mob that aggroed on me. This kind of gaming experience is just not fun. Most of the game is fun. This kind of crap is not fun. You can't take a couple of steps without aggroing another mob. Defeat Captain Latimer Wright. Maybe. They're fighting somebody. Don't know who they're fighting. Oh, I can get some wax in too. Yay, I did. All right. Alright, cool. In this particular case, I got lucky in that there were other players. I need one more thing. I need to defeat Fatima Molina so that Hugo can finally let go. Well, where's Fatima? Up here. Memory serves sort of down along the ground level, not in this sort of raised steps area. Yeah, my memory is that Fatima spawns somewhere underneath here. My first Void Gauntlet. Finally! Void Gauntlet, where is it? There it is. Yeah, my memory is she spawns somewhere in here. Oh, that's perfect. Thank you. Who's throwing crap at me? Well, most of them I have picked up. Oh, good, another mob. This is fun. I love aggroing stuff because it's above me and I can't see it. I hadn't planned on being away from home base for quite this long. See, my memory is she spawned somewhere along here. That's not her. And with respawns, I'm going to keep killing here forever. Oh good, another one. And yet another one. Oh, it's Fatima. There we go. I assume it's a her. Fatima should be a female then. just gonna keep wailing. We've got her block is down, and his block is back now. All right, we got her. We got her. Everything is back there. We are going to. Oh, I can't fast travel from here. Fuck. Which means I have to try and kite my way out. Oh, this will be fun. Yes, this is the correct way. Now, this sort of area is fine for a dungeon. This sort of build area is fine for a dungeon. But with the respawn rates and everything, it is awful for its intended purpose here. So long. Pardon me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Pardon me. Coming through. Make a hole. The entire camp aggroed on me. Ow. Just silly. My sword's almost broken too. That would have been bad. Alright, how far we got? 200 meters. And then we'll be able to teleport our asses back home. Repair stuff, sell stuff, throw stuff in storage, lighten our load, so to speak. And we have someone to talk to up here. Two ums to talk to up here.
So she spoke the truth after all.
Indeed, they
That
will not be
Grace
attacking
character told
Prydwen.
There's cause for celebration. Sir Gawain,
We
yes.
should go then. We need to
Though
destroy
we need
Lochner's
to-
staff.
Is that how that Craven madman controls the Lost? Yes.
800 meters in that direction. Good, we can leave that for later.
How is it that
Hugo,
you can
ooh, a
lose
new
them,
hat. That's a
and
pretty
yet
hat.
dealing with them can slowly destroy you? This island didn't help. Oh, Fatima, I miss you so much.
We can lose the blunderbuss. And the great sword. And the bow. It looks like that's a better round shield. Yeah, it is. Equip that. What else do we have multiples of? Anything in here? I don't think. Ice gauntlets? Ice gauntlets. 174. I'll get rid of that one. The new hat. Let's see. Better everything. Maybe not as great fashion sense. But on the other hand, when you look like Harcourt mud, fashion sense is all there truly is. And that is a look. Right. Well, we'll fast travel. I didn't get an option to return to inn previously, which I thought I should have gotten. So I don't know what that was about. Where the hell was I? There. We'll do the fast travel. Alright. So that whole area was awful. And my memory of that area was that it was awful. The respawns, especially for non-bosses, is just nuts. Alright, we're home. Well, it passes for home anyway. Talk to Deo Musa. Deo. Deo. Have I read that? I've not read that. Well, I've read it now.
Hello, friend. I hope this day
I have your journal.
May fortune be with you.
Here.
Thank you, friend.
You're
You
welcome.
have put my mind at ease. The problems on this island are larger than those I've experienced. And one can't use their hand to force the sun to set.
Wow, that's not very deep, really. Three more points. We've got 2 more points in Monarch's Bluff. The first one, more storage, of course. Second one, cheaper crafting. And we got 3 points here. 2 into focus will get us to the first notch in focus. So that's 5% ability cooldown reduction and 5% chance to catch larger fish. All right. Oops. Oops. Repair. Don't remember how to repair all. Is there anything else that looks like it needs repair? That's new. It doesn't. Nothing else particularly looks like it has any wear, so that's good. Yeah, all the way down at the end, right. Alright, we survived that quest, and survived is about the best I can say about it. Ah, a fan. Let's see. I think everything can go away for now. Those can go away for now. Cooking stuff, fishing stuff, craft mods, resources, reagents, smelting, leather, weaving, arcana. I have lightened a load, if you'll excuse the phrase. Yeah, I just had to drop a load. That was all that was needed. Drop a load of, you know, gear and stuff. What else would I have meant? I am going to take just a sec to refill my coffee cup because it is running on empty. And I'm back. Hi, guys. So I haven't yet found a flail. So I'm going to see what I can buy in way of a flail. 17,000 is a bit more than I can pay. 85 gold for an iron flail. That one's level 43. I can't use that. 41. Level 2. I can use that. Don't suppose we've got any for 100. So it's either 85 or 100. Well, let's go for 100 gold then. I'm getting ripped off, I know. 8 strength, sure, we'll buy it now. All right, I've got a flail. Nope. We will hold on to the sword in case we run into difficult mobs. We will have a way of dealing with them a little more appropriately. Let's weapon mastery. What does the weapon mastery look like for the flail and shield? Cleric or Bastion? Cleric is Arcane Smite. Leap forward and strike the ground with Arcane Force, dealing 130% weapon damage to all targets within 2.7 meters. Leave behind a hazardous area. I kind of like the sound of that one already. Arcane Vortex. Swirl the flail above the cleric's head, dealing 4 rapid hits of 75%. That sounds fun, too. And Arcane Eruption. I've had those a time or two on a weekend, you know. Drag the head of the flail against the ground, causing an eruption of arcane energy in front of the player, dealing weapon damage and 2 stacks of impairment. Those all sound like fun. Barrage. Sprint forward. Upon reactivating the ability, press the basic attack or reaching the end of the sprint, leap forward, do an additional 6 meters, slam the ground, dealing damage to everyone around. That doesn't sound as interesting. Trip. No. Warding bludgeon. Bastion, that sounds defensive. I'm not keen on the defensive stuff. Give me cleric. We will be taking the cleric skills. But I would like to get some skills before I head to that castle. This is the new map area that they just added. 60 to 65. Elysian Wilds. Well, I have a quest there. Fishing with shields. Let's head to Windsward, and we'll get some quests done there. Although that right there is... Everfall. Let's head to Windsward. Got a ways to go to get to Windsward. Let's see. What's the best way to get to Windsward? Practice. Okay. Let's see. Well, we can go that far. Fast travel for 10. We'll do that. Get us about halfway there. Now we will start pulling with the Void Gauntlet. And then thwapping things with the flail. I've done very little with the Void Gauntlet, and obviously the flail is brand new today, so. What level is this person? Oh, he's...
Oh!
I'm just going to wail on him. All right. A quick meal, get up my food buff. I must say that the flail is viscerally satisfying. It feels good. Just feels good to use. So that's a good start. And we can now Arcane Smite. What are the other things that are available? Abilities and heavy attacks against targets with less than 50% health grant grant Anointed and Haste. That seems okay. Cooldown reduction based on actions performed with different equip loads. Oh, that's cool. Has different effects whether you're heavy, medium, or light armor. I approve of that message. That's a nifty concept. I like it. No, we're still not there on those. We headed in mostly the right direction. We are. Mostly. Mostly they come out at night. Mostly. Like the visual on that. Very nifty. Jason's steep. I'm sure he is. Landmark charted. More deadites. They don't look dead. Stilgard is that player's name. We're headed in the correct direction. Always scanning for threats and harvestables. Mace feels chunky. Feels like it hits hard. Nice tactile feedback. I like it. I don't know if I can enter the fort or not. Never been really clear on how the forts worked for various stuff. I don't think you can. Well, maybe. Don't really know. Keep Windsward. I know this is where the fights occur for Control, or at least used to. I assume they still do. Yep, some herbs. Or herbs, as the Brits would say. Whoop! I spotted hemp. Keen eye for hemp. And looks like 5 or 6 hemp shrubberies. Although the last one's going to be really dinky. It's adorable. More hemp. Three or four. Looks like 4, I think. Plus, leveling up the harvesting. Currently at 24. Oh, we got some more hemp over there. And there's 25. Hemp can now be tracked. Nice. That is wire fiber, and that requires 150, which is rather a lot more than 25. Skilling up in the game, trade skilling, requires a lot of raw materials. They have added some things that help. You get a bonus the first time you craft an item, so basically crafting one of every item as they become available is a good way of covering a lot of it and reducing the grind. So that falls into the I approve of this category. I'm Magnifying Lens, and I approve of that message. We got somebody here due south that we need to talk to. Over by the lake. I suspect those are bad guys. Yes. Not very high level. I do not fear them. Message. Message views, huh? A little XP there. They're down by the water, the quest giver was. They're in a van down by the river. Old guy reference. Old Saturday Night Live reference, to be exact. Is that Eunice? No, I don't think so.
Hello, I'm Master Fisher Shields.
Hello, I'm Harcourt Mudd. Harcourt Fenton Mudd, to be
Ahoy
exact.
there. Before you get to
Where do I
some
get
of the
bait?
most readily available
Okay,
bait
I will
are
accept your
woodlice,
quest.
creepy crawling creatures that live in bushes. The
And
rest you can get through various
immediately unpin it. Because fishing, you know. Fishing is fine. Windsward. We have reached Windsward and gotten our first point of Windsward. Oop. Territorial. I can buy a house. If I could afford a house. And the first thing is we increase the standing gain. I'll just put the first into standing gain and storage. The first three, at least, into standing gain gets up to like 13.1% or something like that. They have diminishing returns for buffing up your territorial bonuses. It's a fort. And a town. It's a fort town. Don't drink the water downstream. Take my word for it. Just, yeah, you don't want that. You really don't. No quests? Say what? There are no quests in this area? I am befuddled at that result. Evidently, I have to go to Everfall to get quests. You used to be able to get batches of quests in each of the starting areas, but apparently they have changed that. Interesting. Okay. Well, I guess we continue on to Everfall then. We make a left turn and head for Everfall. At least we unlocked the fast travel. So that's good. We're basically going to, yeah, more or less head north. Got another fast travel point here. We'll grab that as our first goal. I've not checked in. That is correct. I am in point of fact not checked in. Turkey. That was my official turkey impersonation. I hope you liked it. Sometimes you just gotta hit a guy with a Void Gauntlet. My Void Gauntlet mastery is now 2. Yay! My first Void Gauntlet ability. We'll grab that in just a sec. Void Gauntlet. Let's see. Void Blade. Summon a blade of void energy to convert your basic attacks to melee. Petrifying Scream. Well, I already have a good melee weapon, so I think more along the line of Decay. Yeah, Decay. Some ranged stuff. I like the Void attack. Void Blade attack. I remember enjoying that when I've played it in the past, but since I'm going with the big honking flail as the primary. Note, it does not actually honk, as far as I know. Too bad, because that'd be kind of cool. Is that a dungeon? Yeah, that's a dungeon. Okay. Yes, it is a dungeon, actually. As you can tell by the fact it has the dungeon icon. Recommended level 25. Nope. Minimum players 3. I'm not 3 people. Technically. I mean, obviously I'm magnifying lens, and I also have an actual real name, which is not Lens. And I've also been known to respond occasionally to, hey, you. And, excuse me, sir, we're going to have to ask you to leave. Is that a pickable thingy? No, it's a blue thing of indeterminate origin. I believe I can pick that for a little more harvesting expertise. Gimme, gimme, gimme. A fronded petal cap. Getting close on my harvesting to 30. Then I can start harvesting. There's a whole batch of stuff, additional stuff I can start harvesting then. Including that thing on the riverbank there on the left, which I think is a 30 requirement as well, but I'll check. Yep. Oh, we got another petal cap though, so that'll get me a little bit closer to 30. So close. Fronded petal cap. 29? No. About 28 and a third. But iron. Old music reference. I got strange ore. Flawed topaz, flawed malachite, all kinds of goodies out of that. I don't think I'm even wearing my magical gloves that improve my odds of getting drops. Drums, music. Magnificent glove, pants, and boots. One shot, I believe, one shot recipes. Pretty much we're headed pretty much north. A little bit west of, but mostly north. Got a question mark over here, which means it's an area we've never been. That's a cat of some variety. That's a level 23 kitty. I think I will leave the level 23 kitty to his own devices. I'm very giving like that. Alright, Everfall. I'm a stranger. Oh, I'm pretty strange. That's true. Blueberries. We hit 29 in harvesting now. 1 to go. Until that opens up a whole bunch of new stuff. Certainly is still a very nice game. Looking game. Maybe a very nice game too, but it's a nice looking game. And this is a life moth. Purple life moth eyes. How on earth can you separate moth eyes from moth? Where's the city? We got elk or moose there. Elk, I think. Little lag spike there. Presumably, as I got handed off from one area to the next, there's the lovely and scenic city of Everfall. Oh, pardon the yawn. Got up a little early. Hey, me what? Are you referring perhaps to the song by Pink Floyd? Probably not. And here we've got, well, a couple of quests. First step of many for the Marauders. That's the Syndicate and the Covenant. Atticus Delphi.
No. More lilting. Oh, perhaps with a keychain.
Sorry, I overheard your humming.
Alas, I should have chosen a more private locale for this.
That's unfair. You should explore your passion.
If only my duty to my mistress did not prevent it.
Fairly well. How can I help?
Excellent. I have a guitar in my possession.
I'll accept the quest.
But there may be a more fitting instrument for my work. The townsfolk have instruments we can borrow.
There's the
Would
guitar.
you be so kind as to procure a handful and play them for me?
I'm going to grab a bunch of instruments.
Fine day, is it not?
Do you have an instrument I can borrow?
Well, now, that is a most curious request.
He carries a flute.
Are you a lover of music? An artisan, perhaps? It so happens that I carry a flute. Should I be in a musical mood? As long as you solemnly swear to return.
I solemnly swear whatever the hell it is you want me to do.
Have you come to report a
Can I
crime?
borrow that upright
It
base?
is quite heavy. I would hate for
That's
you to hurt
okay.
yourself.
I'm strong.
But I suppose the moon and planets are
I'm
aligned
doughty.
in a way that suggests better luck. Yes, you may. Return it in a timely manner, please.
Yeah, she's still talking. I like read a couple of documents and halfway across town, and she's still yapping. Last of all, the mandolin. Return to Atticus Delphi. In here. Oh, he wants me to play them. I'm going to play the mandolin for you. And how about the guitar? Bam, 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 bam. A little Blues Travelers, ladies and gentlemen. Boom. And the flute.
There it is. The flute produces the most whimsical sound.
Level 19.
It's so
An
stirring
apprentice
melodies from such a
flautist cache.
Yes, this will do nicely. You hold on to it.
I got an uncommon apprentice's Azoth flute and some flute music. I have equipped my flute. Three more points. Let's see, we hit our target in focus, so we now go back to strength. And another point, or a first point, I suppose, in Everfall. I can buy a house, if I could afford one. And again, first things first, the standing game.
I must ask your patience while I compose. My process can be a lengthy.
My process.
and
Oh,
I
yes.
do so in
His
solitude.
process. Fishing with shields, that's it. That's everything. Okay, that just, I think, leaves now. We've got our choices for our moves for the three factions. And we can start all three, I believe, at once. Lieutenant Tibbs.
Friend.
All right, you've got
look
my
like
attention.
one. Ah, that's the spirit. Northwest's a fort filled with unbelievable wonders. Need all
Yeah, I'm
things to
dubious.
get inside.
Paint me dubious. Color me. Guess what? Guess what? That's right. Dubious. Color me dubious. That's the first step of many. Let me grab the grape-flavored faction. That was a really unpleasant sound. Like he was horking up a lunger. He didn't look like one of the ones who hork up stuff and throw it at you. They're just gross. Not just, like, rude. They're just actually gross. Disgusting. Oh, all the way down. Alright, a little further to go. We'll grab that. Ears. He wants me to kill them for their ears. Ooh, who does that?
Please come.
Yes, knowledge.
And the most valuable kind.
You're surprised the wolf ate your bait?
Well, expected that possibility, but not the precise nature of
Not
the
necessarily the smartest. Prepare for battle and place a lure in the midnight den. We're going to head back to town because we've got to go the other way to grab... Oh, actually, we don't have to go all the way through town. We can go around the town instead of through. This is correct? Yes. I'm leaning towards the Covenant. Is that a really, really big rock of iron? And you'll note the distance at which I spotted it. Oh, I think this wolf is probably going to object to me. And is no, he has no objection to me. It indeed was a big node of iron. Getting close to 20. I'm not sure at what level you can start picking out iron ore on the map or from the compass at the top. I don't think it's 20. I think it's probably 30. Alright, pretty much that direction then. We'll get the Covenant quest, and we will follow that one first, I think. We'll check the map and see which one's closest, I suppose. Makes more sense. Looks like we're in the deepening afternoon. Olcott family farm.
Greetings, traveler. You have the air of one new to Aeternum, so I pray the fires of hope still burn within your heart. I have taken on a daunting...
What do you need help with?
Painful to admit. But when the Olcott farm fell to the lost, I offered
and
to
what about
help.
Felden?
He refuses to flee, and
yeah, he refuses to flee.
shaken to go back.
He's not very smirk, is he? All right, what do we got? Speak with Felden Olcott. Hi, Felden.
Decades.
Initiate Florina sent me to talk to you. I'll help you get to safety.
I'll be safe enough right here.
Okay, he wants me to
I've dealt with the lost before.
meet Sir Priscilla Wallen and prepare to confront Sir Gawain. No, that's different.
This is still my farm.
Reclaim keepsakes from supply chests. Collect a locket from one of the lost. Collect the town crest. All right. He didn't drop what I needed. That's rude. If I'm going to go through the effort to re-kill you, you should drop what you're supposed to drop for me. Come on, that's just fair play. Supply crate. You ran out of my swirly of death. My death swirly. There we go. We got the missing locket. Flail and shield, another point. Very nice indeed. The town crest. Reclaim keepsakes from supply chests. Don't know how many of those I need to reclaim. But at least one more. Ooh. Yeah, I don't want you leaving my purple swirly of doom. And bring the family memories to what's his name? Felden Olcott. Oh, wait. Carrots. Good for the eyesight. By the way, that was made up in World War II. Really. That was spread as part of a disinformation campaign to cover for the fact that the British had radar. That's harvesting 30. Very nice. British didn't want the Germans knowing they had radar or knowing the importance of radar at any rate. Oh, he wants to play. So they invented the Eacher carrots to explain why they could see the German planes in advance. At least that's the theory. Despite having one time been a history major, I'm not sure it's actually true or not. I've heard it, but I've never bothered to check and see whether that's apocryphal or not. Hi, Felden.
Oh. Well, now, I was having doubts, but here you are, just as you promised.
Indeed I am.
This means a lot.
And so it should. Where's Florina? Where did Florina go?
Florina returned to Oxford.
I guess they went back to town. Yeah, they did. All right, well, good, I suppose. The town is nice. I currently have 1,400 gold. I am curious as to what the cheapest house is in town. You do get a discount on your first house purchase. A significant one. But I think the cheapest houses in town are like 5,000. So that's 1,000 more than I have, and I wouldn't want to spend all of my money in one go anyway. No house for me, at least for a while.
So you made it out of the farm with your soul intact? And I suppose you reclaimed the Olcott's keepsakes as well?
I did.
I am ashamed. You
What is
kept
the
faith,
Covenant?
And the Covenant is an order of Templars sworn to battle on Eternum to keep the spark of hope alive for all eternity. From what I've witnessed, you belong as one of us.
I'll complete the quest. I'll take the reward.
I strongly recommend that you visit the Covenant Enclave yourself.
I can do
Thank
that.
you. Lithold undoubtedly worries for my welfare, so please reassure him. I committed to helping the people here in Oxford
That's a
for my
significantly
Covenant
better amulet.
initiation.
We'll
There's
swap
more
that.
to be
I
done.
can't equip it yet. Why can I not?
Hopefully, I'll
Level
see
20.
you both
I'm level 19.
At the Enclave soon.
that makes sense. Said I got a new fast travel point. Can I fast travel to the stronghold? Where's the stronghold? I can. That's pretty cool. I would like to travel to that location. And I'll use magic. Pardon the yawn. Old man alert. All right, here we are. We're here.
Please, good visitor, tell me, have you come from Oxmorrow? My dear sister Florina embarked on a quest there some time ago. And
She's still helping people and will return soon.
Ah, that's an immense relief to hear. It is inspiring to watch new initiates face. If you have come with hopeful dreams of enlisting with the Covenant yourself, it's
a wraith stalks the land, and some initiates gave into fear and are now in even greater peril.
Their cowardice.
I could go check it out.
Now there's courage. I should warn you, however, Lumen Morales believes the initiates engaged in heretical behavior.
Heretical behaviors? Well, then, they must suffer the eternal penalty for that, which I'm pretty sure is a spanking. And a stern tucking too. 505 meters away. As if this place isn't creepy enough, you're going to send me some other place that's perhaps creepier. Let's see, that was another map bit. Everfall 2. Storage. Let's see, and we have picked up Flail and Shield, ability number 2. And I see no reason not to go with Arcane Vortex. It is 448 meters away. We got some wolves. Kind of a lot of wolves. Many wolves, handle it. And a turkey. I'm not overly afraid of the turkey. But the wolves aren't sneaking up on me. Just, wanted to double check. That would be a very wolfy thing to do. Sneak up on somebody from behind. In a group. A pack. I'm guessing up there. Fall standing. If I had a chair, I could work on my ebb and fall sitting. Don't think I'm going to be able to make that. Nope. Let's see. Over here? Maybe. Some metal I cannot mine. Not star metal, I don't think. Lodestone. 75. I'm at like 19. That's a cat of another color. That is a tawny puma. Indeed, it is another color. It is precisely that. It's tawny. I'm heading to Clearview Crypt. Another time Honey Puma. Did it get angry at me? Does not appear to have. Oh, but we've got bad guys. And of course I get two. That cultist hit pretty damned hard, I gotta say. Ow. Let me eat some food so I get my regen back on. What am I doing? I have to purge corrupted presence, free Templar Damiano, and search for evidence. I have a grimoire. That's the evidence. Alchemy crate. Wonder if there's any way up here, up here. Maybe? Maybe. Another alchemy crate. Lots of alchemy crates. Can I drop in? What could possibly go wrong? It's Lord Tenno. Hey, that's Warframe. Get my ground effect that time. That's not fair. Let's release him. Need to purge 4 more bad guys. First I will grab my fat loot. Which is probably not fat. That's maybe chubby. Let's take this one out. I'm not a fan of that attack of theirs. It's unpleasant. I'll come around over here. Into the other entrance to the cave. And we'll drop badness on him. And we'll spin right round, baby, right round. Ow. You little shitbag. Flail and shield up to 4. Very nice, very nice. We need 3 more, I think. 2 more. That's even better. Wonder if the Crypt Hound counts. Should. Oh, it's a bowman. I didn't realize he was a bowman. Nice. We'll carve up the Clear Hound. Good evening. Well, I like the flail a lot. I'm not yet of a level to either get a mount or get to the new content. But the flail is fun. I like the flail. You know, I'm obviously not too terribly far into it, but I do like the flail a lot so far. It seems like a very fun addition. The mounts look cool from what I've seen. I've only seen a couple. I'm going to have to run. I run like the wind, trust me. Have faith. I can run really fast. I don't think they're even chasing me. Oh, the enormous bear is, though. Holy crap. The leaden bear. I don't think I want to mess with him. I think I'm too much of a great big weenie. I get these purple sparkly effects. They're awesome. That's the flail. I only just got it. I have a couple of attacks, and that's it. I created a new character for the expansion, so that's why I haven't been able to get the mount or go to the new content. My highest level character is a 50. I think you have to be 25 to get the mount, so I mean I could get the mount on that character. But I don't have a character capable of going to the new content without, you know, insta-dying. Which might make for entertaining content. Don't think about it. Just walk away. Wolves, just walk away. Take advantage of the turkey I scared and have a nice turkey dinner. Don't mess with the scary human. Multiple turkeys. It's a proverbial turkey shoot out here if I were, you know, shooting anything at the turkeys. And now we're back to spooky graveyard area. The writing on that turkey's name was different. Like it was a special turkey of some sort. I have no idea. I know they're having a special turkey thing. I don't think it's coming yet for Thanksgiving. I know they have a special turkey event.
The fortitude of Templar Damiano.
I found this grimoire.
So they embraced the darkness.
Well, the darkness, they've got cookies.
Then I can only hope they suffered at your hand. Lumen Morales would speak.
I will
with you.
listen carefully.
Very well. I must attend to cleansing the foul presence of those initiates from our sacred halls. When Florina returns,
I saw there was a new recruit event coming to Star Trek Online. I didn't remember which. I saw that earlier today. I have to talk to them. Let's get a look here. That's my first. This will be my first blue item. Con focus gives me additional health. Reduce the duration of weakened, disease, exhaust, and rend. Nice. Okay. But how does it look? I can't equip that one yet either. Level 20? Level 20. Right, yeah, Gamma. That was it. Hi, Morales.
Thank you for giving me this chance to express my gratitude for the rescue of Templar Damiano.
Sure.
I see in your eyes the light of a great potential.
Well, I mean, potential,
You
I don't know.
shine
Great
as a
already.
member of
Sure.
our order. and bring inspiration to many struggling souls. Be assured, you are under no pressure to join the Covenant, but you have provided us with a strong case concerning your worthiness.
I can be trusted in such
I
things.
expected as much. The problem I need help with is related to Templar Titus Invictus, the one who oversaw the training of our fallen initiates.
So something of madness is spreading?
No, because we won't allow that.
Of course.
Paranoia and rage make one susceptible to
Paranoia
corruption,
runs deep.
and that's why
Into your
we'll
mind
keep
it will
this
creep.
between us.
How do we do
The
this?
Templar Invictus lurked somewhere in Nettlrest Graveyard. There's an old marker there
Recommended
he
level
studied.
21.
It
I'm not
should
quite
lure him
21
out.
yet, Mommy.
Defeat Invictus. Bring back the corrupted realm.
Invectus. I think for Invectus, because he's significantly over my level, I will bust out the sword to go with my board. Align the first stone. Well, everybody must get stoned. No, first stone. We've got ghosties. They're the ghosts with the most, baby. Let's try. That did not work. Ravenous ghosts. Worse yet. And we've got a friend now. Lucky me. Got him. Where's the first freaking thing I'm looking for? Should be over there somewhere? No, now it's showing over there. Set the ritual marker. That is a damn turkey with a big name. Just a regular turkey, looks like. It had a scary name. Defeat lost spirits to charge the marker. Complete the ritual. Align the second stone. I don't want to complete the ritual until I've done the other bits. No wonder they're ravenous. They look like they haven't eaten in forever. And it should be here. No, it's showing over there again. The directions on the map do not, in any way, form, or fashion, match the directions. Oh, maybe it changes because I've been killing mobs. Defeat lost spirits to charge the marker again. Alright. Alright, that's 1 out of 3. I need 2 more. A disturbed scholar. There we go. This one seems tougher than the other ones did. Maybe he's got the tougher markings on him. I didn't notice until I started the attack. Still doing fine. I was doing fine, now I'm doing less fine. He's pretty unpleasant, I gotta say. Stop it, stop it. That was not friendly. He did not count as one of the ones I need to kill. Great. So it's a tougher fight than, strictly speaking, needed for no gain. Turkeys can be scary. After my parents retired, turkeys were frequent visitors to their new home. Oh, crap. He's retreating. I don't know what that means. Oh, I guess he was well past his tether point. Oh, I got two. Come on. That should be the three I need. Align the ritual stone. Complete the ritual. And this should summon the bad guy. Titus Invictus. Titus? Mr. Invictus? Okay, there he is. Ooh, he hits really freaking hard. Oh no, I'm gonna die. I'm all but dead. There we go. That's my first time I have died in the game. On the new character. I don't think I can defeat him solo. In that he didn't just kill me. He annihilated me. I cannot recall the fast travel. Oh. 50 meters away. That seems convenient. There he is. So, anybody else need Invictus? Anybody? Oh, I have a couple mastery points. That'll do it. Yeah, I get a couple mastery points. I can definitely handle him. It'll be easy. And maybe peasy. It's not clear. Bucky Chance on a horse. So there's one of the new mounts. And another one. These guys could just pwn Invictus. If they were off their horse, I'd pull Invictus to them. But Invictus is bad. He's bad. He is a bad man. What was I doing? I was giving my sword and board point. And also Flail and shield, of course we go for Invectus. Anybody helped him with Invectus? And I could, like, type and ask, but it's not my way to ask for help. Oof. That was only most of my life in a single shot. Holy crap. Oh, God, he's bad. He is so bad. And now he's teabagging me, and somebody has gotten off the horse. Are they going to try to help? They are going to try to help. Are they going to res me when they're done with Invectus, and will I get credit? Don't know. He's resing. He dropped the bag. He dropped the bag. Who was that man? That masked man. I have to bow to Bearlore or whoever it was. Isn't there a local channel? Local? No? Just global? Seriously? I totally handled it. Soloed him. I didn't have any help. Except for the guy who killed it once I was dead.
You have recovered the relic from Invectus. Go. Now. Don't say a word. Simply cast it into the fire.
Cast it into what fire? First try, deathless. Okay? I think that's what's important. The fire. What fire? Oh, the sort of fiery little chalice from the palace. No. Destroy the relic. Oh, that fire. The one with the big numeral 2 over it.
Their belief in justice is not misplaced, but we must forge our...
Are you sure he shouldn't
now
know?
We can say, quite. The Covenant is as much about preserving hope as it is about seeing justice done. It is better for all of us that Lethold stays focused on the future.
Okay, I'll buy that, I suppose. Doesn't seem reasonable, but okay.
The whole Enclave is talking about what you've been doing around
Well,
here.
you know.
I can't believe we met on this
A
side
hero
of the
like
road.
me takes on a terrible risk,
believe it's
gets his
time
ass
you
murdered
officially
twice,
became one
and
of
then
us.
hopes that
What do
somebody
you
else
say?
is kind enough to murder the bad guy. And it happened, because I'm pure of heart. Pure bullshit of heart. Okay, there we go. That's a little closer to the mark. All right, where do I sign up?
Thrilled to hear you have
Give me a
further
Covenant
interest.
Enlistment Care
The
Package.
Covenant will shine brighter with you standing in our ranks.
Speak with
Go
Representative
speak to Roman
Beza in the
Beza.
Covenant Enclave.
I have already vouched for your worthiness. And hope be with you. Always.
I'm still not 20 yet.
Based on what
Hope
I've
be
heard
with
from
me. Is that
Judy
like the
and
Force
Level
be with me?
and Luna
Because I'm pretty sure
Rose,
that's
your courage
trademarked.
is incontestable. If you are ready to swear your
I'm going to
allegiance
AFK for just a sec to
we would welcome you into the
rinse out the cup and be right back. I've decided I want to join the Covenant. Complete missions to earn rewards. Like level 58 items. Note, I'm level 19. I will join the Covenant. You can change factions once every 60 days, and you can only join a company aligned with your faction.
Now that you have joined our righteous ranks, you'll find we have ample
I have no
opportunity
tokens.
for spreading
Let's
the
see.
light. Missions are always
Destroy
available here,
every ancient
and
guardian
anywhere
necessary
on
for the good of
Terran
us
well
all.
applies. I have
Reclaim
Covenant gear
Riverworn
as well.
Grotto and hunt Raven Ridge. I have 3 new quests. I have no tokens, so I can't get any goodies. But I can get blue quality goodies once I finish a few quests and they decide I'm okay, and I can also make myself a bigger bag. That's a carrying bag, not any other kind of naughty bag. And let's see, up there, one's just outside. Oh, well, a distance outside Everfall. We've got those. We've got more quests over there. We've got a quest there. I think we will fast travel back to Everfall. Whoops. Thank you. I didn't notice you had said it until I was already reaching for it. I noticed it out of the side of my eye. So I'm going to not give myself the full penalty for forgetting. I need to add an additional counter up above my follower count there above my head. An additional counter, number of days since AFK forgotten. I would give myself half credit for that when I did pick it up 20, 30 seconds after I got back. Normally when I forget, I really forget.
The light of the Covenant shines within you.
The light of the Covenant shines within me. I guess I'm kind of cool like that, you know. I have a light shining within me. It's great because if I'm in bed, I can read in the dark. Self-providing the light, you know. Here's the church and here's the steeple. Open the door and there really ain't any people. That's the war board. Where's the town board? Where's the town board? Hit the M for the map. That's the inn. Governor's desk. The board should be outside, so it's over here. Round to the edge here. There we are. The town board. What do we know? Forge bruising crude armaments. Acquire and deliver 30 linen. Acquire and deliver 10 medium salmon. Only one of those that's reasonably feasible is the linen, and I'm not sure I want to. Let's go ahead and deposit some stuff. Ooh, we've got rewards. That's right, we've got a Covenant Enlistment Care Package. Useful consumables. Honing stone, fish, poached fish with lemon and dill, enhanced repair kit, fish with tomato and basil, game meat skewers, and cheesy broccoli soup. This is a lot more armor than what I've got, but I give up 2 constitution, but it's probably better. Looks pretty okay. I can't use that or that yet because I'm not level 20 yet. Soon. That is the life staff. We can get rid of the other 2 life staves. But I will keep a light staff with me. Oh, and we can also bust back out our flail. Alright, we will drop off repair kit, cooking stuff, fishing stuff, craft mods, resources, jewel crafting, reagents, smelting, leather, weaving, keep those, and the arcana. Got a couple of little questy kills out here. I would like to see if I can get to 20 before I call it an evening. But I don't think I'll be going for too much longer. Got a question mark over there. Just going to get close enough to the question mark. No, there's something up there. There's a plinth up there. A chalky rabbit. I like rabbit. One of the 5 tour board? That's new. Posting when it looks useful, though nothing's posted on it yet. I've never seen that before. One of the 5 most delicious things I've ever eaten was rabbit. There was a stuffed rabbit leg at the French Laundry. Incredible. A little more standing, a little XP. Yeah, that was amazing. Now the two things at the very top were both from Thomas Keller restaurants. In second place, from his restaurant Bouchon in Vegas, the garnish on a friend's dish. The friend didn't want them, and so they handed one to me and one to my other friend. And that was a tempura fried snail. It was unfucking real is what it was. And then the single best thing I have ever put in my mouth, don't say it, was from the French Laundry, which for years was considered to be the best restaurant in the U.S. And it was a tempura fried foie gras. I don't even have words. It's the best thing I've ever eaten, and there's nothing is anywhere close to it. Let's see. Well, another one, the last 2 items that make it, another one is from a place called Mustard's in Napa Valley. I'm not sure if it's still around or not. The lamb shank they had was incredible. And the last was a foie gras and duck breast with balsamic reduction at Joël Robuchon, also in Vegas. It's weird. No one would think of Vegas as, well, people go to Vegas for food. They go there to gamble, right? Now, the food in Vegas, they've got some of the best restaurants in the world. What am I doing here? I am 3. I need to recover corn from the withered. Now, Vegas is also good because it does have the gambling and the shows and everything, but it has incredible restaurants. You want some too, punk? I mean, I enjoy gambling, but I'm not a huge gambler. And I'm not big on shows, although I've been to some incredible shows at Vegas. In Vegas. But the restaurants, I would go to Vegas just for the restaurants. Follow the tracks to find Riker. Will Riker? From Star Trek? That doesn't seem likely. Is he angry? He did not get angry. Following tracks. Oof. 3. 76 meters away. Over there, got it. Oh, well, I missed them. I missed several. He headed in this direction. mean, Vegas is also worth visiting just because it's Vegas and it's so over the top and there's just nothing quite like Vegas. That's both positive and negative. Thin out the wolf population and get his pack. There's his pack. I need to clear out the wolf population a little bit. Where are they? Looking for wolves. Wolves, wolves, wolves. Nope, that's glowing blue magical dead guys. Wolves. Wolves. Wolfie. Oh, there's one. I do like the flail. Gotta say. The flail is a fun weapon. It's bleeding. It's bleeding. I just let it bleed out because I'm mean. I'm just a mean cuss. It happens when you get old. At least to some of us. We just get mean. The 3 tawny wolves he needed, and we'll talk to Ornell Lee. I was very tempted, and I'm still a little bit tempted, to go to TwitchCon, which is in, I think it starts the 20th. The reason is twofold. TwitchCon might be interesting, cool. I might find something helpful or something like that, although the odds of that are pretty long. The other reason is that it's just after my birthday, and the idea of doing birthday and then TwitchCon and then Vegas for like a total of like 5 days sounds expensive and fun, but it also sounds like a lot of work. I don't think I'm up for the work part, you know? It kind of depends on how you want to define it. I watch a lot of Mathel1, who's a PoE streamer, and he streams during the day. He gets up really early, and he gets up and starts streaming at like 4:30 a.m. every day in Australia, which is like prime time in Europe. And he's a sarcastic bastard, and, well, I appreciate a good sarcastic bastard. And so I watch a lot of him. He's my most watched streamer. There are a couple other PoE streamers that I watch. Steel Mage, Zizarin. In Guild Wars streamers, I like Taja, who does mostly raiding. Engelbert Meow, who's more later at night and does sort of a more mellow stream. Melangel Amethyst, who is another raider and a bit of a character. So I tend to watch them in the evenings. I liked Wooden Potatoes, but he doesn't seem to stream much on Twitch anymore. He streams on YouTube, and not at a time I'm usually up yet, because he's British. So I miss him. Who else do I watch a lot? Datmods, who's playing New World right now. I watch a fair amount of Datmods. He's always good entertainment. Those are like the only ones I have. Like, I don't know, 40 or 50 I follow. Those are the ones I watch most, I think. I'm probably missing somebody really that I watch a lot.
Oi, you're not right,
Oi,
eh?
a new shield.
Better looking than that old horse-faced lout you
Didn't
are.
quite get the level.
Look at what you've done us a great turn. There's
Who are the
old
noble
money,
families?
the Publius,
How do we get them
Charlemagne,
disparate?
Well, the rich fancy their fashions. The finer the better.
Seek fine furs in the midnight den. How far away is that? How far away
If
is
you
that?
could
Where's
acquire
that?
some from their den, I could turn them into fine coats. We'd share the profits, of course.
That ain't it. Oh, that is. That is it. That's a ways away. Let's see. We've got a new shield. It's a lot heavier. Less damage. Less block stamina damage. More armor. More blocking stability. Gain cooldown reduction whenever I block, I believe. There we are. I'm looking like a doughty warrior. I doubt I'm a warrior. Let's put away our stuff. We got a bunch of linen we can work with. I like to leave a little in case I have something that needs raw linen. Or the same way anything else, rather than turning it all into the finished product. I like to keep a little bit of the raw product around. That gets my weaving up to 15. Kitchen. Anything obvious and easy here that I can make? Let's see. Light travel rations. They're better than what I'm currently using. Let's see. We can go with carrots. And blueberries. I don't know. It doesn't sound like much of a recipe to me, but sure. We'll go with 10. We'll make a little travel ration food. We got a couple extra because of our charm. Not because of our charm.
Aha! You seem fierce in fashion and forward in battle.
You're...
I, Gianni, can help you impress the ladies.
Yes, Gianni. Thank you. Maybe another time. Or possibly never. Bit of a creep. Okay, I need silver to make all of those. Right, I have not yet gotten any silver. This is the leather making over here. I think I actually get XP from these as well. We'll make 25. I do get a little bit, not a bunch. We're up to 16 in leatherworking. We also want to move the food now that we have... Where's our food? We have a lot of travel rations. That'll tide us over for a while. This is the Mystic Arcane Repository stuff. Don't know if there's anything I can do to make stuff here yet. These are where the flails get made. I was trying to figure out where flails get made, and I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. So, iron ingots, timber, leather, soul arcana. Now I know. That's how you learn things. You find out something new and you just learn. I'm needing the stuff over there. See if we can't craft ourselves to level 20 before we call it a night. Iron ingots. We are up to 19. I don't think I'm carrying around much in the way of wood. Not so much that you'd notice, no. And this is... So this is armoring. I would like to learn some armoring. I don't have as much metal as I would like. I think occasionally. It's the storage shed. Everfall is here. Monarch's Bluff. Take all. Can I carry all? You can. They changed it now. You can move stuff between them basically. So we take all of those, and those, and those. Now we can do some more crafting stuff. Used to be anything you kept in a place, you could only access in a place, and I understand why that is good for immersion and stuff. It doesn't necessarily make for a good gaming experience. Smelting 26. I can downgrade star metal to steel and downgrade platinum to gold. Not sure I'd want to do that. Now, it's one of those things that I like in theory, that you can only, access the stuff in the location you're at. I really like that in theory, but it's going to be unpopular with players. It's quite good. It requires too much grinding, I think. They've made an improvement now where you get a good chunk of bonus points by your first craft of any given item, and that is certainly an improvement. What am I short on? I'm short on leathers and linen. All right. I have to see if I can do with that. It's very complete, but it is grindy. So I understand the reason they changed it, and I can't really quibble with it. It's a quality of life thing that for most players, the immersion isn't worth it. The immersion factor is a thing they don't like. Sadly. Again, I understand why. It's like Star Wars Galaxies. They might have made a lot of changes over the years to Star Wars Galaxies when it was live. And a lot of people would consider those improvements, but a lot of them were not, in my mind, improvements. I'm really close now to leveling. An example of some of those, in Star Wars Galaxies originally, it was important that everything was character created. You had to harvest all of the raw materials, you had to make everything. You had to get other people to make stuff for you so that you could put them together to make things that required components made by other people. You couldn't be a master of all crafts at the same time. And one of the most important things is if you want a functional player-based economy, I've only seen 2 games that have it, really have it. Star Wars Galaxies, original version, and EVE Online. And the reason is, most games have a lot of faucets that bring stuff in, but they don't have much in the way of drains to take stuff out. Star Wars Galaxies had itemware, which would cause an item to over time decay and be destroyed. Players hate that. In almost every game, they hate it. And in EVE Online, your ship gets blown up and most of the stuff on board gets blown up or stolen from the wreckage. You need faucets. You need some kind of item decay, whether it's, if you use it, it gets damaged over time, or it gets destroyed. If you don't have, well, actually you can. because no other games have I ever seen where you could have people basically do nothing but crafting and become well known across the whole server. You have to have drains, and most games, they have no drains. They have plenty of faucets, but no drains for the crafted goods. And in a game that has no itemware, like Star Wars Galaxies, every other game, what it turns into is, as soon as you get the best in slot sword, you never need another sword. Which means, at most, the most swords that ever exist in the whole server is exactly as many players who use swords. Once you reach that point, there's no market for new swords except new players, and you never have enough new players. So there's got to be drains, and very few games have drains. I'm going to make a iron plate breastplate. Sure. Good XP. I will continue to craft. Getting close. Let's see. Iron plate boots. And those even came out green. They're not ripe yet. Well, in this game, because of the large amount of random in the affixes you get, not all players are going to want all the same stats. So there's a wider spread. And that helps this game in particular a little bit more. But I don't think there is no real way of telling any given crafter from any other given crafter. Gauntlets. Sure, make some gauntlets. What do you mean they didn't include the old or new? We're close. We're so close. Iron plate helm. My armor smithing is now up to 15. Not quite there. We're close. Iron plate greaves. Is it going to work? Is it going to work? They're green. Oh, no. What am I at? 253 to go. I don't think so. I mean, granted, the new territory is an old territory, but the mounts are new, the flail is new, and some of the game system changes are new. They had previously remade a lot of the content. What can I make? What can I make? That's my armoring. What do we got over here? That's a house. I can't make houses. Sad to say. There's the... Well, I certainly don't know what they're saying. That's definitely true. I'll craft this. 21 XP, not enough. Yeah, I have no real idea as to what the community is saying about it. And I haven't actually seen the new content, so I don't know. That's true as well. I need a little timber? No. Flint. Did I not make iron stuff? I thought I made all but the logging axe. The logging axe may give me enough XP. I need a little bit of wood. Well, I mean, depends on what you mean. The number of games that are based on WoW, which was based on EverQuest, which was based on Deku Muds, shows that, in fact, you can have a very, very, very successful game that is based on other games. Now, it doesn't necessarily make them good, just makes them successful. And all of those were very successful indeed. Wood? No. Wood. Wood. No, there's the workshop. I need wood. Yeah, but it's a WoW clone. And I know it's successful. Although I don't imagine everybody is happy with the announcements and release today. You know, if you want to play the new class they released today, you have to prepay $40 for the expansion. Ah, stone cutting. You're talking about me, or are you speaking more generally? That you shouldn't. One shouldn't. Need the iron logging axe, right? Yep. Oh, come on. What are we at? Me specifically? I think a great deal about the community. Things like what communities used to be like. Drums. For games like WoW and Star Wars Galaxies. Star Wars Galaxies was all about the community. That was what made it so great. The game systems, it had a few great game systems, but it had no content at all. All it really had was community. Oh, God, no, it has lots of problems. You haven't been around for a while. I swear Guild Wars 2 as much or more than any other game. I've had, you know, my only complaints about this game through 2 sessions and more than 5 hours were quite specific to that one location. Because the design for that is bad. Iron longsword. I think I made an iron longsword already, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Anything else I can make here? Iron hatchet. How many points am I short? 107. Yeah, a lot of it is first of all, it's all going to be very personal. Something people may like. For instance, I like itemware over time. Other people loathe. Vastly, most people hate itemware. They just hate it. Oh, Moo. Hi. Yeah, I know you love Overwatch. Enormous numbers of people crapping on it all the time, but you're not the only one who loves it, or you'd be playing it solo, which probably wouldn't be fun. No, it's absolutely true that they all have problems, and then the severity of the problem is going to vary enormously depending on your preferences, what you like in a game and what you don't like in a game. And I'm going to complain about the things I don't like because, well, of course I am. That's a gift. 5 keyboards, that's even better. Most people would just use 1 and multiplex them. Is this going to be enough to get me my damn level? No. 54. I need 53 more. Do I have enough material? No, I don't have enough materials for the... I need 2 more timber. It's trying to make me pop an aneurysm. I need to chop down another tree. Well, it's a good thing. You know, I know your toes are talented, Moo, so that you can have, 5 on the desk and 5 on the floor. No, I would never say they shouldn't play this game. I can't think of any game that I've ever played on stream that I would tell anyone not to play. I think I would give them fair warnings, For instance, a couple nights ago, I finished up my free-to-play through on Warframe. And I closed it up with my conclusions, which first, the core gameplay loop is terrific, as good as it's ever been. The onboarding experience for new players is terrible, and the UI is really bad. Now, and I said quite specifically, you shouldn't let that discourage you if the gameplay looks fun. Just be aware that you may have to look stuff up aggressively because they don't tell you. And I said, the game itself, the core gameplay loop is great. But you're going to have to put in some work as a new player. Otherwise, you're going to get frustrated. Well, when I'm upset about it, yeah. It's not my job. I don't have a job, actually. I don't feel it's my responsibility to edit myself. I'm going to react the way I would react around my friends, because I assume on the internet we're all friendly. I am the yeah, and when I've got something that grinds my gears, I have to talk about it. I have to talk about how that specific thing is bad and why. And I think it's important that I provide context, that I'd say why I don't like something. I don't just say, that's bad. I didn't turn it into timber. And so for my complaints about this, I was quite specific about why. That too many respawns too fast is a bad mechanic in that it's not fun and it gets you dead, not because you made a mistake, but because of things outside of your control. Respawns right on top of you that instantly aggro, or somebody training you, and that both of those mechanics have been dealt with in other games. So I feel that a complaint is both explained, explicit, and justified. Please, 54. Just give me 53. 42. I'm now what? I think 11 XP away from level. No, I hit 20. I hit 20. I can use some of the stuff in my bags. I can use my nice hat. I can use my nice amulet. And I'm not sure it's fashionable though, but the hood's fine. Victory is mine. Let's see. This may be better than what I just got as a reward. That's 14. That one can definitely go. Irony. I don't remember getting that, but I think it's actually better than the one I'm using. Well, I'm not positive. I'll hold on to it. The iron hatchet I made. We don't need that. Well, I did want to hit level 20 and equip my gear, so to speak. So I am going to call it here. Despite our discussion, I am having a good time in New World, as I have in the past. I did have a complaint fest while I was in that one castle, because that's not fun game design. So I'm going to call it here for the evening. I want to thank you guys very, very much for hanging out. I should be back tomorrow at my usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's possible I will have an early session like I did today. If so, I'll announce it on the Discord. But right now, plan on 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. I hope you had some fun and entertainment value out of my stream. I should be back tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Tuesday evening and the rest of your week. Hopefully, you can get through over hump day and coast towards the weekend. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, you'll see me soon. Have a great night. Tonight, take care and ciao for now.